performance from the two teams, and the POG will go over to Keria. I think we already saw the spoilers with the
Clid's Nidalee yesterday was just absurd.
Yeah, Nidalee can do some pretty disgusting things, especially once she gets ahead. I would not mind them getting a nice matchup for
4-live sandbox as well. And so we're sort of talking about all of this, you know, damage variance and things like that. Both teams sort of suffering from a very similar situation. So it's going to be a little bit better here for T1 as far as their efforts, as the shove started so early for T1 in game number 1. Another Dredgeline going to land there, as that was an interesting interaction as far as the CC. And a spear is going to barely miss Fate there, and by barely, I mean it was a decent margin. As OnFleek does choose the right skin, however, is not going to be able to help Effort here, who does have to flash away.
You can focus on Effort should not be in that spot at that time, but I don't think there's a lot of situations where they go in, as I might have cursed Clozer here.
Yep, OnFleek coming on in, Hobbs trying to slash him up, but Ernie's not going to do it, and he cops a bubble as he makes his way out. Are we going to find the Paddle Star? Yes, we are.
Who does that, right? Like, this is the type of stuff where you can't help but, like,
oh, that's a nice
be
ball,
impressed. Yes.
Really impressive stuff. There's Keria. He's still looking around, just wanting to make sure that everyone's gone home. As Oner looking for the spear. Summit walks back, though. But still, it's looking real rough. There's the cast, because Summit decides to go the other direction, but Clozer's lying in wait, and he's going to get the bad news pretty soon. There's the Paddle Star. He's still looking to be frustrating, but there are more sparkles for him to take.
Oh, no.
All right, there's another cast, because Zeus going to flash out of the way of OnFleek and Summit. The train is going to leave for a very short while, but he's now going to go over and help with this Rift Herald instead. Oner in position, Keria rotating over, but, you know, he's going to go home. As OnFleek coming on down. This could be a 50-50, actually. That could be quite scary, as it does go over to Oner by the looks of things. Does pick up the eye there as Keria decides not to go home, actually. Instead, he wants to grab some kills as Effort and Fate going down pretty low. OnFleek should be falling here as well, as there's the Shockwave. It's going to take down 2 in an instant, and OnFleek survives. That's a great pulverize, though, as T1 are looking to try and answer back. Keria will answer for his sins as Effort trying to walk his way out. Not sure why OnFleek decided to come back, but he did, as Clozer looking for Summit now, who doesn't have a lot of mana left and can't actually body slam to slow Clozer down. And oh, so sad. Let's have a look at this replay here as we watch. It starts with Zeus getting caught.
And the problem with this is that as T1's still going for this, feels a little bit greedy. I also feel like they could have just killed Zeus. I think they thought he was going to get the drive-by as dive on Fate.
In the meantime, Fate is looking to fall down here in the mid lane. That's a hit spear that time around. Liked it, as Keria is going to get the trample onto Effort, but the Dredgeline comes back. Bubble is going to stop anyone from being able to get out of there, as in goes Oner, and Clozer grabs his 4th of the game. Goodbye, Mr. Udyr. And that is now a 4-0-2 Zoe. 100% kill contribution here.
Problem for us. So instead, they just make it not become big. Oh, this is really nice. We get to see the replay after all. So this initially looks pretty good, but because of the resources already used by Zeus, he's not actually that big a deal. Oner also going in there and then getting immediately belly bopped is super greedy. Doesn't get the execute on OnFleek. And then it's really just Clozer picking up multiple summoners here that kind of saves that, because that's 1 ignite, 1 flash, and then if I'm not mistaken, he is able to just like leisurely walk out here because of the cooldowns.
Yeah.
And then this is, yeah, it's the not teleporting cow actually. Keria doesn't care.
Keria, no.
He just does it. Just keeps going.
I didn't notice that. That was actually really cute. There for an interruption as Oner is snuck into this brush. Let's see whether the spear is actually going to connect, as the train's going to come through, as there is the cask. It's going to bring on Oner, but I don't know whether Summit's going to survive this one. Oner gets under the turret. Somehow that spear is going to connect as he flashes forward, collects the kill, and yes, had to use the flash.
It's a bit unfortunate as OnFleek. Something else to say about that.
Yeah. He's trying to be relevant, as there's the Shockwave. Verdant Barrier, thank you very much for that one, as OnFleek's going to get Paddle Starred, now has to flash away. The Ignite still ticking down, as Prince trying to get the autos, trying to get to that S rank, as that's a great Death Charge and Dredgeline. And that's going to grab Prince his first kill of the game.
Some vintage Nautilus hook that we saw there. Effort really hitting that one very nicely. You do see the problem there with Live Sandbox initially is, yeah, Zeus is the king of drive-bys, but that's not what you want with Zion, unfortunately. Jungle, you're gonna get hit by spears, or paddle stars, or bubbles, or void seekers, and then Teddy's on top of you, and then you're sad, as we see even the collapse here.
Whoop. Yeah, Spear actually landing on a Fate there, as you can see. Clozer getting over the wall. Effort can't actually engage anymore. As Liv Sandbox, before the fight even starts, they don't have a support. Another bubble connects. This is high octane top laning right here. Look at the health bars. They have gone slightly down. And now Zeus is moving out of the way. Effort is now going to turn up to add also minimal damage to this battle. There's a Nidalee on the way. Does get a double knock-up. That's another double knock-up there from Zeus. As Prince is finally going to get here. Soul Furnace comes in. You can see the dive through from Oner. Immediately takes down the Nautilus. Zeus is still just tanking up the ultimate from Prince. Shockwave comes through, lands onto 3, but it's not going to stop the double kill from landing. Somehow, Teddy gets a field goal through the middle of these two, as the bubble is going to connect onto the Orianna, but not able to get another paddle star down. And that was comical. Damn, Zeus is so tanky.
It's high-octane gameplay here, Atlas.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and this is like, you can't approach. That's the problem. You're going to get hit by something. And this is feeling like Zeus' Narc game, but instead of playing Narc, he's playing an actual tank, and it's even funnier than it was back then. And we talked about this. Like, no one can actually kill Zeus. Like, yes, this was just a Nautilus and Summit, who are not really supposed to, but this is just obscene, right? Like, the fact that they hard commit on trying to kill a Sion that in no way, shape, or form realistically is going to die before you actually get through his health bar without any of your carries there. And then the fact that Oner goes in here, and yes, that is a little bit greedy, but then that decimating smash, like, jeez, just put Zeus on Sion every game, right? Because this solves, like, imagine if they had a Jace here, which I think all T1 would have done, right? Like, oh, we want to poke on, we're going to get back of that. But you can't do that when Zeus can, like, face tank 5 people for what feels like 2 minutes.
Meanwhile, they've forgotten that Teddy exists, and he's going to take an inhibitor turret in the mid lane. Teddy's had a very slow game today. Sort of secret agent Teddy right now is on fleek, is going to get a pounce out of Clozer as Effort just going to get popped. Yep, Teddy pops on over. He's like, all right, I'll just take that one. Thanks for the ticket out of here. As now on fleek trying to chase them down, but in comes the train. Prince could be in trouble. That was some sick drifting, actually, out of Zeus to get him here, but inhibitor turret now being occupied by Liv Sandbox. Oh my goodness, the Blade Whirl didn't really do enough there. As you can see, the Udyr just going to die. Not a lot of options right now, as I believe the bubble did connect. Summit is still going to die. Voidseeker picks that one up. All you, Teddy, all you. As now it looks like T1 are actually just going to push through for the win. They've taken enough of these kills. They've had enough of this game. It's a 10,000 gold lead. Oh my goodness, look at the poke.
Yeah.
That's crazy. These bubbles seem to be homing. Somehow that spear connects onto OnFleek, and he just dies as a gift. Over to T1. Into the backline goes Carrier. Effort is going to be cleaned up, but does manage to interrupt the decimating smash as Teddy finds the backline. Blade Whirl's just going to be waited out. That's not going to find anything there. Fate on the Shockwave, and now Summit's just going to be gunned down. And T1, they just wanted one more team fight before they won this one. The Dragon's still available, by the way. But no, the Nexus is more important. This last Nexus turret would have been taken down by minions. And now Fate finds himself on the fountain without a hope or a prayer. As of course it goes Carrier. Throwing his life away. Oh my goodness. Teddy locks that one down with the Acathian Rain. And there goes the Nexus. T1 with a swift 2-0 against Liv Sam.
It's a happy game for T1. They're all...
Oh yeah.
It is one that I think they really needed after what has definitely been a super rough split for them. Yes, Liv Sandbox is one of the weaker teams. But still, you know, you got to take your wins when you do get them. Everyone looks super happy, and
apart from Darth Sidious Carrier that you may have seen on your screen right there.
But he's always cute, right? So like it balances out. He doesn't have to be happy.
Yeah.
And I mean, Carrier had a stellar performance that game as well.
No, he very much did.
The thing is, I don't know who didn't have a stellar performance that game from T1.
Well, I think Clozer walks away with a POG.
Well, yeah.
That's what I'm
thinking. But then, like, I think Oner was the only one who had, like, some oopsies. You know, he missed some early spears. And then that...
He was still in the right place at the right time.
Like, that's my problem.
And some of the best junglers in the world miss a lot of spears.
Well, that's my exact problem, Atlas. I'm trying to, like, determine which player was better. I don't want to hear why the player that I'd say is, like, slightly less good is still good. I know that. I'm well aware. as a whole,
Yeah, no, that's not
no,
allowed.
this is the first time I think that we've seen T1 look super good, but Live Sandbox is a team against which I think you should look super good. So,
In order to make their carries to get scaled, and the POG will go over to Clozer with that phenomenal Zoe performance. 6-0-7 is the final score line.